Hey guys, if you're looking to watch some free movies online, this list is for you. We've compiled a list of the top 10 free movies on YouTube that are available for viewing. So sit back, relax, and get ready for some fun as we count down our favorites. Number 10. Eichel Giants.
Gift of new, gift of old. Bless the righteousness, guide my hand. Against the darkness, my final stand.
Eichel Giants, based on Joe Kelly and Ken Niemeyer's graphic novel, follows Barbara Thorson, the youngest kid in a family, dealing with an undefined traumatic crisis. During this difficult period, Barbara, who is being cared for by her abused elder sister, Karen, believes that turtle giants threaten humanity's survival and that she alone is capable of destroying them. Barbara is tormented at school by a violent, unpleasant girl named Taylor. Barbara is ultimately forced to confront the giants when she meets the new child in town, Sophia, and begins meeting with the new school counselor, Mrs. Mall.
There are times where you have to ask yourself, do I want to live my life as a coward or a warrior?
Number 9. Mid-90s.
I'm an immature woman now.
Get the fuck out of the front of my store.
Fuck you! Fuck
Not
you!
Yo, I'm out. Stay out of my fucking room, Stevie.
Stevie is a nice 13-year-old on the verge of exploding. His mother is caring and attentive, but she's a touch too open about her sexual life. His older brother is a quiet and ruthless bully. So Stevie looks for a place to belong in his working-class, Los Angeles suburb. He comes upon it at the Motor Avenue skate store.
I'm fucking taking your shit!
Yo, Stevie fucking insane.
Fuck him, fool.
Number 8. Corpse Bride.
They were due to be married, though they'd never before met. His parents were thrilled. Hers were filled with regret.
Corpse Bride is a 2005 stop-motion animated musical dark fantasy film directed by Tim Burton and Mike Johnson. The families of Victor, Johnny Depp, and Victoria, Emily Watson, have planned their marriage. Victor is worried about the ceremony, despite the fact that they like each other. While he's practicing his lines for the wedding in the woods, a tree branch transforms into a hand and carries him to the land of the dead. It belongs to Emily, who was slain after eloping with her love, Victor, and who wishes to marry him. Victor must return to the surface before Victoria marries the evil Barkis Bittern. Victoria!
Tim Burton's Corpse Bride.
To the newlyweds.
Number 7. WarGames.
David Lightman was a master at computer games, a fast thinker.
Oh, David! Maybe you could tell us who first suggested the idea of reproduction without sex.
Your wife?
Get out, Lightman.
When a youngster inadvertently hacks into a military computer, America is on the verge of World War III. The plot begins when computer gamer David Matthew Broderick accidentally hacks into the Pentagon's computer system and begins playing the game Global Thermonuclear War. But the game is real, and the destiny of the world is at stake. So David, his buddy Jennifer, and government official McKittrick are racing against the clock to prevent the Pentagon computer from destroying Russia.
Today we have Soviet missile warning.
Placed under arrest pending indictment for espionage.
Espionage? Confidence is high. I repeat, confidence is high.
Cobra Dane, is this an exercise?
Negative, this is not an exercise. Made the president on the horn.
It's still playing the game. It's gonna start a war.
Close up the mouth.
Is this a game or is it real?
WarGames.
Number 6. Ever After.
Once upon a time.
Feels just like Christmas. I get a mother and sisters all in one day.
Say hello to your new stepsister.
Danielle Drew Barrymore is a vivacious young woman who is forced into service following her father's death in this modernized retelling of the traditional fable. Rod Miller, Angelica Houston, Danielle's stepmother, is a ruthless lady who compels Danielle to do the cooking and cleaning while she marries off her own 2 children. But Danielle's life is transformed when she meets the attractive Prince Henry. Ever After is seen as a contemporary, post-feminist retelling of the fairy tale. Number 5. Minority Report. Minority Report is a 2002 American science fiction action film directed by Steven Spielberg that is partially based on Philip K. Dick's novella, The Minority Report, from 1956. The film is an action detective thriller set in 2054 Washington, D.C., where police use psychic technology to apprehend and punish killers before they commit their crime. Tom Cruise portrays the chief of this pre-crime squad and is accused of murdering a guy he has never met. A fantastic concept executed expertly by a master filmmaker. Number 4. My Cousin Vinny.
A funny thing happened to William and Stanley on their way to college.
At what point did you shoot the clerk?
They got framed for murder.
Whoa! Wait a minute!
Now, 2 kids from New York are in deep trouble.
It's time to make your phone calls.
The clan's here. They're inbred. They sleep with their sisters.
In the deep South.
Some of them do.
And only one man can save them.
When 2 college-bound New York guys are erroneously detained for murder in a tiny Alabama town, Vinny, Joe Pesci, a cousin of one of the boys who recently passed the bar after 6 tries, is summoned. Vinny and his girlfriend, Mona Lisa, are street-savvy Italians from the big city who arrive to take on the town's stern judicial establishment and the significant circumstantial evidence against the young guys. It's a bloody fight between Eastern street smarts and Southern politeness. Both boys' freedom is in jeopardy when the 2 cultures collide.
We agreed to get married as soon as you won your first case. My biological clock is ticking like this, and the way this case is going, I ain't never getting married.
They're dead meat.
May I have permission to treat Ms. Beetle as a hostile witness?
You think I'm hostile? Now wait till you see me tonight.
Joe Pesci is My Cousin Vinny.
You 2 know each other?
Yeah, she's my fiancée.
Well, that would certainly explain the hostility.
Number 3. Godzilla.
Godzilla, king of the monsters, alive, surging up from the depths of the sea on a tidal wave of terror to wreak vengeance on mankind.
Godzilla, king of the monsters, it's alive.
A gigantic beast,
stalking the earth, crushing all before it.
In a cyclonic cavalcade of electrifying horror.
Godzilla is a 1954 Japanese film directed and co-written by Eiichiro Honda, and it's the first film in the Godzilla franchise. Japan is under a state of emergency after multiple ships sank near Odo Island. An expedition, led by Dr. Yamane to the island, soon discovers something far more terrible than expected in the shape of a 50-meter-tall creature known to the locals as Gojira. Now, the monster goes on a rampage that threatens to destroy not only Japan, but the entire planet. Since its premiere, the film has been recognized as a cinematic achievement and one of the finest monster films ever created.
Dynamic violence,
Savage action,
spectacular thrills,
Godzilla, King of the Monsters,
fantastic beyond comprehension,
gripping beyond compare,
astounding beyond belief,
the mightiest monster of them all.
See Godzilla,
King of the Monsters.
Number 2. Once Upon a Time in America.
I'm not interested in your friends in high places, and I don't trust politicians.
No, if we listened to you, we'd still be rolling drunks for a living.
You broke?
You'll carry that stink of the streets with you the rest of your life.
I like the stink of the streets. It makes me feel good. I like the smell of it. It opens up my lungs.
Arnon Milchan presents a Sergio Leone film starring Robert De Niro, Once Upon a Time in America.
In 1968, the elderly David Noodles Aronson, Robert De Niro, returns to New York, where he worked in the criminal underworld in the 20s and 30s. Most of his former acquaintances, including his lifelong partner Max, have died, yet he still thinks his history isn't solved. The film follows Noodles, from a tough youngster in a Jewish slum on New York's Lower East Side, to bootlegger and ultimately mafia leader, through a career defined by brutality, treachery, and guilt.
He's gonna do this. He's gonna do it with or without you.
It began as a dream. It grew to an empire. It ended as a mystery that refused to die. Robert De Niro, James Woods, Elizabeth McGovern, Joe Pesci, Burt Young, Tuesday Weld, and Treat Williams in a Sergio Leone film, Once Upon a Time in America.
Number 1. L.A. Confidential.
They were three cops who had nothing in common.
Freeze! Big B, what are you doing here? Hey, you know me, I'm keeping the streets safe, boys.
One would do anything to get ahead.
You truly prepared to be despised within the department?
Yes, sir, I am.
One had his own brand of justice.
How's it gonna look in your report?
It'll look like justice. That's what the man got.
And one loved the spotlight.
What exactly do you do on the show, Jack?
I teach Brett Chase how to walk and talk like a cop.
Three cops, each with his own interests and obsessions, investigate the corruption surrounding an unsolved murder in an early 1950s downtown Los Angeles coffee shop. Detective Lieutenant Exley, Guy Pearce, the son of a slain cop, is on a mission to revenge his father's death. One of the victims was Officer White's ex-partner, Russell Crowe, who was involved in a scandal uncovered by Exley. Sergeant Vincent Kevin Spacey divulges sensitive information to a tabloid mogul, Danny DeVito. The film was both critically and commercially successful. It made $126 million on a $35 million budget and gained critical acclaim for its performances, script, direction, editing, and Jerry Goldsmith's musical soundtrack.
Academy Award winner Kevin Spacey, Russell Crowe, Guy Pearce, James Cromwell, Kim Basinger, Danny DeVito. L.A. Confidential.
Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments below which movies you prefer from the list. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. See you next time.